Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. I got my craft room all cleaned and organized, which means I'm ready. So are you ready? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number one. So I have four of those wood plank signs from Dollar Tree. I'm going to connect them all together using my giant craft sticks from Walmart. And I'm going to use wood glue and hot glue. And again, the wood glue is for the permanent hold. Hot glue is for immediate hold. And I'm just going to connect those boards together. And then after I had them all done, I took my lightweight spackling from Dollar Tree and I'm just going to fill in all but the top two hanger holes that were on these boards. Then I'm going to paint the whole thing front and back with Waverly chalk paint in the color ivory. After it was done, when I was going through all my stash, I found these, I think they're 8-inch MDF letters. I think I got them from Walmart. It's been years. But I also have a 6-inch, I think, sign from Walmart, or round sign from Walmart, and I'm going to go over all of them with my Waverly Antique Wax. While those were drying, I took size 20 wood biscuits and 21 size 10 wood biscuits. I got these from Amazon, but you can also get them at like Lowe's or Home Depot. And I'm going to paint all of them with Waverly chalk paint in the color Maize. After that, I'm going to take my wood glue here and I'm going to put it along the back side of all of my letters. And then I'm going to leave a few little open spots where I'm going to use some little parts of hot glue again to hold it in place while that wood glue dries. And I'm putting the H and then leaving a spot open and then the M and the E on the bottom. Once I was done with that, I took this, this is a lid to a container I have. I'm just using it to help me keep those all in the right space. And then once I had that, I'm going to use my Titebond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue to glue all these, the size 20 wood biscuits around that lid. And then when I got the last one, I'm like, oop, I need to bring these all a little closer. And that's why I like using the Titebond glue, because it does dry pretty quick, but it does still give you a few minutes to be able to move them around if you need to. So once I had them all done, I realized I wanted to do some distressing. So I got my Tim Holtz vintage photo distressing ink and a little, I don't know what these things are called. I call them finger sponges. But I'm just using that to go around and distress those. And then I went ahead and distressed the size 10 ones. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Titebond glue to glue the size 10 ones in between each of the 20-inch ones. Or number 20s, whatever they are. Then I took my wood round that I had gotten from Walmart. I'm going to use my Titebond glue here, and I'm going to glue that right over all of those wood biscuits. And after that, I'm going to take some of my favorite braided jute cord, and I'm going to glue it around the round. Now, this round has like a little lip or little edge around it, and this twine fits perfectly along that. And then I was thinking about doing something in the middle of that flower, but I ended up just keeping it normal or just plain. I didn't want to go too crazy on this one. I wanted it to be a little fancier, but as you saw, I distressed the edges of my sign. I'm going to make a 4-loop finger bow here using some twine, wrapping my fingers 4 times, taking that long tail, going through my fingers, up around those strands between my fingers and through that little loop that I just made, and then pull real tightly. And then I just trim off the legs here. This twine I think is from Walmart and it is really fuzzy, so I am going to take a lighter and I'm going to defuzz it. And if you're afraid to do that, that's okay. You can skip this part. But I got that done. And then I'm just going to hot glue it right on the bottom of my sunflower, right where those two pieces of twine connected. Then I just used that braided jute cord again, and I just thread it through those hanger holes, tied knots on the back, and I now have a hanger, and that's all I did with this. I wanted it to be simple, and I used my stash, you guys. Nothing new. It's all from my stash. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. I hope you guys enjoyed that first DIY. I only have 3 projects done for you today, but I've kind of got a busy couple of weeks ahead of me before my surgery. It's coming up on the 7th. So I'm busy trying to get some things prepared before I settle down for a couple of weeks. But yeah, we are, if you missed my video, my previous video where I did clean and organize my craft room, I am just feeling so good and so creative because everything is organized and in one place and it's labeled. I love you too. And I got rid of, oh my goodness, you guys, I got rid of 3 medium-sized U-Haul boxes and the little tote bins that I had all my stuff in. I think there was about 6 or 7 of those. Now those weren't completely full, but the boxes were. And all of that stuff went to Goodwill. And oh my goodness, I'll tell you, I told my husband after I dropped him off, I'm like, I feel like 100 pounds was just lifted off my shoulders. Because even though, and I know a lot of you say, you have so much craft stuff. Yes, I do. And a part of it is because of those containers. I would just throw things in them and then forget what's in there and think, oh, I don't have any more. And I'd go get more and come back. And then later I'd be looking through a different tote and go, oh, there it is. I did have more. So it adds up quickly. And there's stuff that I had in here from the first year I started. And I just went, you know what? I haven't used it. I'm not going to use it. Why do I keep it? You know what I mean? So it feels really good to have that stuff all cleaned out. I still have my closet to clean out, and then the shelves above me. I still have to go through some of those, but for the most part, I feel so good. In fact, my family is all, wow, they're all amazed when they walk in at how good it all looks. But I'm glad that is past me, and I decided to do, in the past few years, I try to do right before we turn into fall, I try to do some sunflower DIYs. And I was thinking the other day, okay, what am I going to do? And then I went, oh yeah, sunflowers. So I'm excited. I'm sure I'll have more stuff with sunflowers while I do fall, but I'm ready to jump into the fall DIYs. And then you know what's next, Christmas. So I'm excited about that too. I'm getting some ideas already and getting excited, but I'm going to quit chatting. But before we go, if you're new here and you like home decor on a budget, I would love it if you'd hit that red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family. And let me know in the comment box that you're new here. I'd love to get to know you. And then again, for all of you guys who faithfully watch even my cleaning videos, I appreciate you guys all so very much. And I am so thankful for you. So with all of that, let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 2. So for this one, this didn't turn out the way I planned, but I still like it. I took this tray from Dollar Tree that was in my stash and I painted it with my Snow White by Waverly. Once it was dry, I took my Mod Podge and I'm going to brush it all along the inside of my tray. Now, if I would have been thinking, I wouldn't have let it dry. I'm going to let it dry after this. I would have just put my napkin on there because it was kind of hard to use my heat press along the corners. But I got it to work. So I let that dry. I have these beautiful napkins that I got from Kathy Jo, but honestly, I had ordered some of these from decoupagenapkin.com years ago, and I think I sent her a couple, and I think she sent them back to me with some other napkins. But anyways, we were laughing at that the other day. I'm going to lay my napkins. I cut them down to fit, and I'm going to lay it down on my tray, cover it with my parchment paper, try to get the edges as best as I could, and I'm just going to go over it with that heat press because that just reactivates that Mod Podge so the napkin sticks. And again, the parchment paper is to protect the napkin. So after I got that done, I cut down another piece, and I'm just going to add that one on the other side. And I had a picture of this, guys, in my head, but it did not come out like I was picturing it, and I wasn't 100% happy with it. So you'll see what I'm going to do here in a little bit. I could have made this a little easier if I would have thought this through. Anyways, I'm going to take my fan brush and a little bit of Mod Podge and just go over that napkin to give it that protective coat, and then let it dry. And after it was dry, I had some of this yellow gingham ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm using my Aleene's tacky glue, and I'm going to glue this all along the edge part of that tray. And I'm just going to go all the way around the tray with it. I was going to do it around the napkin itself, but it didn't look good. So I decided to go around the edge of the tray. But I didn't like how the corners were working, so I'll show you what I did here in a minute. But I'm just going to finish this up with that tacky glue. You know, you could probably use hot glue. The only thing is this ribbon's a little thin, a little light, and I thought you would see the hot glue through it. So I'm going to cut that off, and then because I was not happy with the corners, I decided to just cut slits in them and then just kind of glue them, push down in the glue. And it still, I wasn't happy with the way it looked. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take some twine, because it wasn't matching what I had in my brain. So I took some of my favorite braided jute cord that I get from Amazon, and I went around where the ribbon and the napkin meet. And then I hot glued some sunflowers from Hobby Lobby in the corners. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't like that either. So I decided to take more of that napkin and Mod Podge all around the top part of that tray. And so I just put Mod Podge on. I had removed the backing from the napkins, and then I'm just going to lay it in place. I didn't show that the first time. So yes, you want to make sure you remove the backings from the napkins. And then I'm just going to lay this in place, and I'm making sure that it goes right up to that ribbon. And then I'm using my fingers, but I would say don't use your fingers. Use some like plastic wrap instead, because I did have a few spots that tore just a teeny bit. And there was a few spots that I didn't get completely covered. So as I trimmed it, you can see that little white area. So I just took a little piece of blue of the napkin here, and I'm just going to add a little Mod Podge. And I just went around and I did that. Any kind of little spots that were broken or ripped or not covered, I just added a little bit of the napkin, and you really can't tell. So here I'm just taking that wet sponge brush that I used with the Mod Podge, and I'm just brushing the edges all the way down under the rim of that. And then I was like, okay, this is looking better. I think I like this. So then I decided to take some more twine and go along where the napkin and the ribbon meet on the top, because there was some areas where the napkin wasn't covering, but I had kind of planned on doing this anyways, because I think that it breaks that gingham pattern. It breaks it up with the napkin, the busyness of the napkin. And I think that that's what I didn't like about it at first, was it looked too busy. So then I took this letter that was in my stash as well, and it's from it's from Hobby Lobby. I painted it white, and then I'm just going to use my hot glue just here and there along the back side of it, and I'm going to glue it to the front. Now this was in the regular crafts section. It was like $1.50. It's not any holiday thing, so I think they still have that. And I just glued it in the front, and then I just use a plate holder for it. I love that napkin. I think it is so beautiful. You'll have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. And now on to our last DIY, number 3. So for this one, this is another one that I had big ideas in my head, and it didn't turn out like I planned. But I took a 14-inch wreath form from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take some of this batting that I had, this fiber fill batting, and I'm just going to cover that wire form with it. I'm just going to go around, and again, I'm using hot glue. I would recommend, if you want to recreate this, I don't know if you will, but if you want to, maybe use a more permanent glue, like Type Bond or something like that. But I was doing this today and my video goes up tonight and I was trying to get it done. So I took some denim fabric. Now I'm pretty sure I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's been in my stash for a little while. Again, everything I used is from my stash and not new. But I'm going to take the end of it and I'm going to glue it down a little bit because I wanted it to have a clean edge. And I'm just going to hot glue it around. Again, if you want to recreate this, I would recommend using a more permanent glue. But I'm just going to continue and go around my wreath form, gluing my denim fabric in, and this is on the back side, of course. And so I had glue strings everywhere, so I'm trying to pull it tight. Honestly, I think if I would have had more time, I could have made it a little nicer. But like I said, I was in a hurry and I was not feeling very good and my surgery cannot come soon enough. And so I was just trying to get it done. So I took another strip. This was about 10 inches and I'm going to hot glue the ends inward about 1/4 of an inch. Just going to glue it in so that way we have clear edges. And then after that, I'm going to take some batting and put it in the middle, and then I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to glue it to itself and fold it in half. And I should have probably made this. I was wanting this to be a lot bigger than what it came out to be. But again, I wasn't feeling good and I was in a hurry. So it ended up just being a 10-inch piece. So I'm just going to glue it all together here. And you know right now seems like the big thing at Hobby Lobby is those really big velvet bows. And I thought I want to make a really big bow. So this is my really big bow. So I've tied some twine between it to scrunch it up in the middle. I'm going to take another strip of the denim and I'm going to hot glue the sides inward so it's a smooth edge again. And then I'm just going to glue that around my bow. And of course it was too long. So I'm just going to fold it inward and then glue that down on the back side of it. And you'll see me do that in just a moment. So I'm just going to glue the edge inward and then glue it down. And then we need to make some tails, right? So I took 2 strips. I wasn't thinking, I didn't even measure them to make sure they're the same length or width. So they look pretty good, but I'm going to go around the whole sides of it and the top, and I'm going to glue, make the seams or the edges smooth. On this one, I think I forgot to do it to the top. See, yeah. So I'm just going to glue it together like that. And as you can see, I dovetailed them. I cut at an angle from the fold outward and then just glued it together. And after that, I wasn't too worried about the top not being folded in because I started thinking about, well, you're not going to see it because it's going to be glued behind the bow. So I took one of them, I glued it right behind the bow. I took the other one, kind of glued it at an angle. And then I'm just going to take that and glue it on the bottom of my wreath form. And then I'm going to take this fabric that I had in my stash. It's from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut out, I thought, this might be kind of cute to have like some little patches laying around. So I'm going to cut some squares. I cut them down a little bit more because they were more of a rectangle and I thought they looked better squared. So I'm going to just add 3 of these patch pieces on my fabric, and then I'm going to take some sunflowers from Dollar Tree and I cut down the stems and I'm just going to glue them all around the top part of my bow. And then I glued 3 right there, and then I took 2 more and glued them a little along the side. And then after that, I took some twine, folded in half, tied the ends in a knot, and then again, I just used hot glue again to glue it to the back. But again, if you have more time, I would recommend something stronger. And there it is. It's nothing like I pictured. Oh, man. But I hope you like it anyways. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one as well. And the final reveal is coming right up. I hope you enjoyed this video today of sunflowers. My next video, I might have a compilation video, but beforehand, but the next one will be August 1st for the first of the month challenge, which is all about fall. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you, if you enjoyed today's video, give me that thumbs up, comment, hype it, all that fun stuff. And with all of that, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.